But notice what he says here. It is necessary for me to work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Now he's comparing light and darkness. While it is day. Because night is coming when no one is able to work. In other words, there's going to be imposed darkness, where there will be a challenge in doing the works. You know, we all talk about this, and I've heard this for 20 plus years, 30 years or more actually, where people say, oh, well, you know, they're going to change the laws so that you can't keep the Sabbath, and they're going to change the laws. So maybe they will someday. They haven't yet. In other countries they have. Those things have been around, but they haven't done that here. I'm not saying they won't. It's certainly possible. But why are we not then embracing that while we can, we need to work? Work while you can. He says, the night is coming. He says, while I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Now, that doesn't just mean when he's in the world physically. Is he in your world? Have you let him be in your world? Then he's the light in your world. If he's not in your world, you're in darkness. You need to embrace that. You need to understand that. Because he's going to allow things in your life like the blind man. Now, again, take yourself. You're the blind man, and you're trying to figure out, well, is this because of what my parents did? Is this because of what I did? Well, maybe it's just so he can show himself to you. You are the blind. See, I first wanted to give you a little bit of instruction, you being the ones talking about the blind man. Now let's switch. We'll put the shoe on the other foot. Now you're the blind man. You're the one who's struggling in some area of your life. Health, job, whatever it is, the relationships. And you want to try to say, who do you blame? Stop blaming. Let Elohim show you the deliverance and then walk out whatever he shows you to walk out. Get the help you need, the counsel you need, so that you can do that. We always want to point to blaming and judging and criticizing and trying to figure out whose fault something is. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. What matters is what are you going to do now? It is what it is. You are where you are. Now what are you going to do? Stop trying to figure out who to blame. Well, if it was your parents, what are you going to do? You're going to just totally disengage all your forward momentum because you're just going to wallow around going, well, I just never get there because my parents messed me up. Well, how's that going to help you get anywhere? Well, what if you found out that it was you? Well, I'll never make it because I'm just useless, and how could Yahweh ever love me because it's all my fault? Who cares whose fault it was? Fix it. Move on. Allow him to take, because he knew everything about, or I should say he knows everything about whatever it is you're in. Whatever happened to you, however you got to be where you are. Doesn't he know all that? Apparently he wasn't all that concerned about you getting to where you need to go from that point. Yeah, but what do you mean, yeah, but? Because I hear you people do that when you counsel with me. Yeah, but you don't understand. No, maybe I don't, but he does. Unless you think he doesn't understand. He understands. He knows exactly everything about every moment from the time you were conceived, even before you came out of the womb. He knows every second of every moment that ever you experienced, all the choices that were made around you, to you, and by you. There's nothing that he doesn't know. Yet he called you when he called you, period. That's it. So stop fighting it. Embrace it and say, whatever got me to this point, I was supposed to be through that path. It was fine. He called me at this moment. I can get there from here. Let me move forward. Let me go forward from here. If your parents were part of that problem, then help get counsel to help figure and unravel that mess. Because it's not what they did that's the problem, it's what you're allowing it to do to you still that's the problem. Okay? Let me say that again. It's not what happened to you, whether it was your parents, some employers, or school teachers, or coworkers, or friends, or siblings, that's not what happened to you, that's the problem. It happened. Some of it was horrendous. But now what are you going to do? Are you going to let it continue to punish you, continue to wreck your life, to continue to cause you pain, or are you going to choose a different path? Because a lot of, if not most of, whatever it is that you're all whiny about, happened a long, long time ago. And I'm not trying to not be sympathetic and empathetic. But why would you continue to give that stuff power over you now? He came to set you free from all that. But not by waving some magical wand at you, but give you a path to be set free from all that. Choose to walk in newness of life. Choose to walk in his light. Choose to forgive all that. That's how you release it. Forgiveness is a releasing. I don't mean you have to go find everybody and say, I'm sorry, or I forgive you, or whatever it is, but just let it go. That's forgiveness. Releasing all the negative emotional stuff to whatever it is that happened to you. And then you can walk in the light. He said, look, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents? He said, neither of them. This has all been allowed to happen so that the works of Elohim can be manifested. That's you. You're the blind man. Whatever's gone on in your life, he allowed it to happen so the works of Elohim could be manifested.